So I have started recording of the session. So as usual, I request all the students to drop your roll numbers in the chat box. Drop your roll numbers in the chat box so as to consider your attendance. All the students are advised to drop your roll numbers on the chat box so as to consider and consolidate the attendance. Okay, done. Next, let me start sharing the online web compiler. Let me start sharing the online web compiler, which is this fellow. Let me make ensure that the compiler is executing properly. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Let me check the list of participants, number of students who are present. Number of students who are present are 41. There are now 42. Maybe let us hang on for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, anybody has any doubts? Anybody has any doubts? Yeah, please use your mic and then raise your doubts. No doubts? Means nobody have started programming. That means nobody has started programming. Okay, so not a problem. There are, as I said, there could be the resource constraints in terms of systems or in terms of the laptop or I mean the connectivity issues. But still, you need to find some way or the other the ways to logically enrich your programming skills. Okay, so making sure that after this class, maybe you can use the online compiler, the same compiler what we are using in the class, which is a web based, so that at least you can copy paste source code which I am communicating or which we are discussing. And for the courses like these, which are completely based on logics, the more you practice, the better you understand, and it will be like on your fingertips. Okay, so these are the courses where the strategy of studying the content just before the 1 month or just before 2 weeks the exams will not work. Okay, so let us start today's session. So as of now, 47 students are present. Okay, so in today's class, anyway, those students who have joined, drop your roll numbers as usual. And in today's class, what we will do is we will implement a singly linked list with integer data element in it. With a singly linked list means pointer to a next node. Okay, and then we will redo the entire thing with the class. That means I want to maintain the data privacy. I want to maintain the data privacy in the singly linked list. In the singly linked list, what is important for me is the data. Okay, so that is our today's agenda. And as a addition to the yesterday's class of what we have discussed in terms of framing the logics, let us also extend our logics to some other requirements. And so therefore, I am concluding that this today's class is the last class of singly linked list. In the next class, we will start the other data structures, which are stacks and queues. Okay. So with this background, let us continue the yesterday's discussion with the concept of a class. Okay. Shall I proceed? Can somebody use mic and
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yeah, fine. Am I audible? Actually, I am sitting near to fan. If my audio is good, I'll continue. Otherwise, I'll switch off the fan.
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Okay, good. Fine. So what we will do is, see, these are the things what we have already discussed. So let's assume that whatever you have done using single linked list that we have completed in the last class, assume that, let me put this slide. Assume that you are asked to implement a ADT class. Assume that you are asked to implement a singly linked list abstract data type in C++ environment with a class, okay, where you need to maintain the data privacy to your singly linked list. Therefore, what will be the class definition? Class name. I'm just calling that class name as list. My data member is a head node. Now I don't need to maintain the head node in the main because my singly linked list needs to be private. So therefore, inside head, what will I have? Inside head, I will have X and then pointer to next node. Okay, so this is how it will look like technically the ADT class definition of a singly linked list. So let me repeat. You have a class name is list. You have a singly linked list node, which is node star head. And then you have member functions with a default constructor, which is list, and a default destructor, which is tilt list. Okay. And then what all yesterday we have done, we are going to repeat by using the C++ class. Now, before digging into the technical implementation, there are certain points to be remembered. Point is, please follow the first member function. First member function that I am focusing here is create head. Now notice that in the last class, we discussed create head with two arguments. One argument having node star and another argument having int. I also told it is also possible to create head without that node star by making that node star as global. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can somebody respond?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the difference between the logics of writing a regular C++ function without a class and implementation of a member function as a member function inside a class with a singly linked list is, the difference is, when you deal with singly linked list without a class, node is in main. Okay, node star head is in main. So therefore, you have to carry head wherever you are going into the functions. This is in the case of implementing a regular C++ singly linked list functions. In contrast, or on the other hand, when you are asked to implement a member function, then implicitly your member function will internally have this, or without this arrow, your node star, which is head, is accessible in all the member functions. Yes or no? So therefore, for any member functions which is being asked in the question to implement the logic, now it is not required to pass the argument with the singly linked list head, because in fact in main you cannot access this head. You cannot access this head because head is private. Instead, you access head by using an object, let us say L1, okay, or by using an object R1. So L1 dot create head. So in L1 dot create head, inside the member function, you will have the access to head. Is the difference is clear? Let me again re-explain. There is a small, simple difference between implementing a single linked list without a class and with a class. In without a class scenario, you have to pass the head. Why? Because in main, you have to maintain node star head, which is a local file. So therefore, you have to pass head, and then in the functions also you have to return head. Whereas if you deal with the functions which are member functions of a class, since head is the internal private part of the class, okay, so when the object is invoking any of the member functions by using either a direct instance which is a dot or by using a pointer instance which is an arrow operator, then there is no need to explicitly pass the head, but in fact you cannot even access head in main. This is how the data privacy is achieved. Is the point is clear? Can somebody acknowledge?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we will do is, don't concentrate on other member functions. We will keep on adding one by one. I will directly start the editor window, which is the online GNU compiler window. So by the way, what is GNU? It is a Linux-based compiler. Okay, now this GDB means GNU debugger, online GNU debugger. GNU means GUI with not Unix, GNU. Okay, so this is a good open source platform where you don't have to install any compiler, and by using this, you are actually compiling and you are executing in the server of your online GDB. Okay, so shall we start? So first is structure. Def, struct, node. Okay, then the data. What is the data? Int x. Then node, self-referential pointer to the next node. Next, class. Class name, list. Class name is list. Next, semicolon. Next, private. Next, public. Next, in private, the data item that needs to be stored is node star head. Now I will have list, which is the default constructor. We'll also have the default destructor, which is void. Now in between, let me rewrite all those logics that we have discussed yesterday. Okay, that we have discussed yesterday. Let me go back to the from here. When I am making a transition between the slides and the compiler, is the transition is also happening on your screens? Can you please acknowledge?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm showing the slide.
Yes, sir.
Now I am showing the editor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first is I want to create a head node, then add a node at the head, add the node at the end, and then display and then exit. So let me redo this with the concept of a class. So please understand the method of writing the program with singly linked list with the class. Are you with me? Are you following? Don't write structure locally. Don't write structure inside private part. Don't unnecessarily write private entities. For example, some textbook authors have written single linked list structure with the node star head and then node star temp, node star p, so that temp and p can be used wherever. But why privacy is required? It is not required. It is not correct also. I'm not blaming the author, I'm just blaming their approach. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next in main, you need to do everything by using objects. So what do you mean by that? That means list L1. Now don't use L because our human mind is it will be a headache for us to check whether it is L, whether it is 1. So for better visualization from programmer's point of view, I'm just using the record R1. So what is R1? R1, this fellow is a object of class. I think somebody's mic is on. Maybe did I started recording? I think I did. Okay. So acknowledge. Whenever I'm asking, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is R1? R1 is an object of list. Now let me throw the options. But before throwing, what I will do is, I have already communicated that message. Now next is, let us start writing the constructor. Okay. So what is a constructor? List class list of void. Okay. Now in this, see out. Say that you are in, I am in default constructor, and you don't need to do anything. But what can be done is, the unique junk address which probably your head is pointing, whatever junk address your head is pointing, I mean your head means singly linked list head. Your head is pointing, we are keeping that as null. Okay. Head is pointing to null. So there is no question of head arrow x and head arrow, because head itself is null. Is that address of head is not null. Notice that address of head is not null. Head is pointing to null. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Completed. Constructor is completed. Next, I need to maintain a single linked list. So let us throw the messages. What I'll do is press 1 to create head node. Create head node. Okay. So then I'll write probably \n. Next line, just maintaining in for better visibility. You can also extend the single line comment into multiple lines by writing a single \. Okay, so create head node, then add a node at the end. In next line, \. Next is display the list. Display the list. Next 4 is exit. Okay, I think I have written # double quotation. Here I have thrown 4 options. Now let me write cin and choice. Now I'll declare, instead of inner local instances which are module wise, I'll write those variables which I'm using in the entire module outside at the beginning of the module. Okay, because if you declare this choice here, choice outside here is not accessible, outside of while one. Okay. So next is what? The simple switch case, switch of choice. So I'll get 4 choices. So I hope students have joined. Let me check the manual attendance. I'm just reading out the number of absentees, list of absentees, roll numbers of absentees. 125 is absent. 125, then 130. 125 is absent. Anusha is absent. Maybe she has joined with another name. No. Okay, then 120. Everybody are present. 130. And 130. 138 is absent. 147 is absent. 154 is absent. 150. No. Then 164 is absent. 164. Then 172. Then 170. No, that's it. So total 6 absentees are there. Okay. So let us come back here. Let us complete this case 1. Can somebody acknowledge? Am I audible? Is the editor is visible? Are you following?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, so now what? Create the head node. So that means I'll take the I'll take with what I need to create. Enter the head value. Enter the head value. So let us take that head value into a variable. Let us say that as m. Or let me take k. Okay. Now what? I have to do everything by using objects. So R1 dot. Now I'll use create head. Now I don't have to pass the head because head is not even accessible here. I have to pass only k. Okay. Now let us start writing the member function. Now do I need to return? I need to return. I'll return whether it is successful or not. So therefore I'll return an integer. Therefore I'll return an integer. And then my function name is create head. And then it is accepting with what element I need to create head. Okay?
The return is void now.
No,
Void head.
I'm just writing int because if I return 0, my head node creation is failed. If I return 1, then my head node creation is successful. So I'm returning int because if already list is there, already head is there, then even though user is supplying some value with the head, you have to say that already head is there, I will not do. Understood? So therefore, I am returning int. Actually, you can return bool. Bool is available from C11 compiler onwards. So I am explicitly taking int because if you start working with the Turbo C++ editor, you will not get any error. So now I am writing create head. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Did I answer your question? Please come in. Somebody has asked.
Yes, sir.
I hope you had breakfast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And day by day, your class interaction is lagging. See, we are all humans. Please talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Okay, so create head. Now, if already head is there, that means if head is not null, you made head as null in constructor. If head is not null, then how can you create? You have to tell the user saying that already I have head. Already I have head, and then simply return 0. You are, of course, you are accepting some value, but you are not attaching it here. So you will come here only when head is null. Only when head is null, you will come here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now head is what? New node type. Next what? In that head arrow X, you have to keep K, and then you need to make your starting node as the end node, saying that head arrow P next is null. And then since you are done your job, you return 1. Okay. Now here in the case you use probably m is equal to here that fellow m and then k. Okay. So now you invoke the function which is a member function. If m is equal to 1, that means cout head node is created. Else cout node creation is failed. Done. Creating head is completed. Done. Done. Any doubts? R1
No, sir.
create head is a member function. You are invoking create head with whatever user is giving as k. Along with k, you are entering into the member function. Inside the member function, you have the access to head. Now you are initially cross verifying whether your head is not there. If your head is not there, if your head is already there, you are saying that you already have the head, and then you are returning 0. So you will get 0 here, and then you will say that head node creation is failed because head is already there. On the other hand, if head is null, then you are creating a new berth to the head, and your head arrow x is k, and head pointing to the next node is null because your first node is the last node, and finally you are returning a true process because you have completed the job which has been asked to do, which is creating the head node. Next is what? Case 2. Case 2 is what? Adding a node at the end. Add a node at the end, isn't it? So I need to take from the user, enter the value to be added end. Enter the value that needs to be added at end. So let me reuse the value of k as the element. Now what? Again I'll use m. Again I'll use r1 dot. Again I'll use another member function add at end. And then I don't need to pass the head, but I have to pass k. Okay, but I have to pass k. Then we need to start writing this. Now, before this, let me spend some time here. Did I explain what is the difference between writing a member function which needs to be operated on a single linked list versus writing the same member function as a C++ general function without using the concept of a class? Did I explain? Did you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay, so now next is add at end. So go to add at end. That means this fellow here, this also returns end. And you have to add with a specific value, that is end. Now what? Start writing add at end. So this fellow again returns end. This is list. Now you are asking to add at end, and you are getting a value, let us say int k. Now if head itself is null, that means you don't have list. So what user is asking is wrong. You are not adding at the end. So probably you can display a message saying that your list is empty. Your list is empty. Okay, and then you simply return 0. So this is how all cases can be tackled by returning false, which is 0. On the other hand, you come here if head is not null. Now what? Now all the logic. You have to create a temp node. Which is initially pointing to null. You have to take a p node which is starting initially at head. So let me separate the initialization process. Initially I am saying p is also pointing to null. Now what? Now I'll start traversing to the end of the list with moving p such that p is equal to head and p as pointer to next node is not equal to null, and p is with p arrow pointer to next node with bodiless truth. Huh? Yes. 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 Any doubt? Yes. Any doubt? Somebody is responding. Let me use
No,
chat.
sir.
Okay. So now what? After this, you will be stopping. So after this, the pointer p points to the tail node, because p arrow p next is equal to null at that time. And what you have to do? You have to create saying that temp is equal to new node. Now here also you can revalidate whether temp is again null. If it is, then node exists, but creation is failed. is there, but new node creation is failed. Again, what? You cannot do anything. So return what? Return 0. Else what? No need of else. You will come here only when you are not returning. That means what? Earlier p arrow p next, which was pointing to null, initialize that into temp, initialize that to temp. Now in temp arrow x, you keep the data, which is k. Now temp arrow p next, you make this fellow as a appropriate last node. And then since you are done with the process, you return 1. Then again you go back. So m will be 1, m could be 0. So that means if m is double equal to 1, then you throw a message saying that cout node added at end. Next what? Else cout node is not added. Why it is not added? You have already displayed inside the function. Could be because head could be null or temp is unable to create. Okay. Okay. Clear? Clear? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Next, display part. Display part is case 3. Now in case 3, what we will do is we will again take R1 dot of no arguments, no return type, because you have to start from head. But while you are displaying, you should not corrupt your head. Okay. So that means what? Another member function where inside the class, which class? ADT class. What data type? Return type void. What is the function name? Display. What to display? List. From where? From head node. So do you need any extra arguments? No. So therefore argument data type void. Next what? ADT, implementation of function. Where? Outside of the main. How? By using scope resolution. What is the syntax? Return type. What is the return type? Void. What is the class name? List. Then scope. Then display. Then void. Then what? You should display, but you should not corrupt. So take a temporary node. Take a temporary node P, which is initially probably pointing to null. Maybe you can use a do while loop or while loop. So start P from head. Okay. So while P itself is not null, what has to be done? You have to display cout P arrow X with link symbol, and after displaying P arrow X, P has to be updated by P arrow P next. Finally, once you have reached the end, tell that your train is completed. So maybe you can keep capital X and give next line. Okay. Then anything else needs to be done? No. So are you corrupting head? No. How? Because you are taking alias. What is the alias? P. Changing head? No. So it is okay. Fine. Next display is done. Next 4 is what? 4 is what? Exit. So when it is exiting, just make ensure that you are deleting the memories. Okay. So I'll just type some message. So what I'll do is I don't need to call anything because this fellow by default will invoke the destructor. So as a part of destructor, I'll do something else. That something else is in main, just above main. Now I'll have destructor, which is list tilde list of void. So what I have to do is I'll simply say that I am in default destructor. Next what? I'll take node star temp, initially pointing to null. Okay. So this is what we have not done in the last class. Notice that when we have deleted only the head node. The other link which is except the engine is still there. That means that memory is blocked. So that is not clean code. So always whatever you have asked by using new, you need to delete. What you do is while head. So you now initially temp is pointing to null. Now you start a temp, or maybe you can take p. Take p is equal to null. Now take p is pointing to head. Okay, so until p itself is not null. Okay, what has to be done? You take the backup of temp first, which is pointing by p arrow p next, and then what? And then what?
Delete P.
Temp. Delete p. Delete temp. This has to be p is equal to p arrow next. P is equal to p arrow next. So p will point to next fellow. Temp here. No, delete.
Yes, sir.
Delete head. P is equal to head. Now, unless P is not null, you take P is equal to arrow P next, and then delete P until is not null. P is equal to head is not null, head arrow P next is head, then you delete P, then you change P equal to P arrow P next. Okay? Okay?
Sir, at that time P is not valid. P arrow P next. I think it's head arrow P next.
Head arrow P next I have already taken into a head. So this is not.
Or P equal to head.
What is that? P is equal to
Head. Head, sir.
Yeah, I think this is enough, right? P. 1 minute. P is
No, sir.
pointing to head. P is pointing to head. Now you check P. Check P or check head. Check head. You are moving head. I think this is okay. See, P is pointing to the first fellow. You are deleting the first fellow. The address of next fellow you are taking into head. So you are moving head, and P has to be updated. That is correct. P has to be updated. You are deleting P. P is head. P is head. So after
Yes, sir. P
this,
equal to head.
P is equal to head has to be written, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. P is equal to head. And this is right. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next. Let us execute this. Shall I start execution?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us start executing this. Okay. So you are in default constructor. Create the head node. Let us say, let me take some 7 table. Node is 7. Then let me add 7 2s are 14 at the end. So let me display 3. Is display only, right? Why is it not displaying?
So first I create head one. You have to be input.
Let me re-execute this. Why is it not ending? Oh, I have not returned. I think I have to return there. There are some bugs. Yeah, fine. So here you need to return. You need to return 1. Your application is completed. Anything we are making any mistake? Display part. there is a display part start and then P and then you are moving P. That is okay. Adding part, adding at the end, P, okay, temp is equal to new node, P arrow P next is temp arrow X is K, temp arrow P next is null. Okay, let us compile. Okay, so initially create the head node. Let us create with 5. It is created. Let us display 3, 5 and then X. Now let me add at the end. Let me add 10. Now let us display 5 and then 10. Now let me add some 2 consecutive nodes. Node at the end. Let me add 15. Now again let me add 20. Now again let me add 25. Now let me display 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, and then let me press exit. You are in default destructor, and if you want to know how many times you are deleting, you can probably initialize a variable and then print that where in the destructor. What variable? Some local variable. Why? To cross verify whether you are deleting all the nodes. So what you can probably do is no, not here, destructor here. So cout, you print I and then ndl, then just make I plus plus, declare I as int I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1. Let us compile and then cross verify that we are getting the number of times as equal to number of nodes. So create the head node. This is, let us say, 45. Display the list 3, 45 cross. Then again add the node at the end. Let us say 34. In display, let us say 3, 45 and 34. Again add a node, maybe 100. Again display. Now I have got 3 nodes. So let me exit. I need to get 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. Done. So what we have done is yesterday's part with the flavor of class. Now here please notice, before I further proceed, anybody has any doubts? 11:45 now. We have not discussed the additional logics. Shall I proceed? Any other doubts? Anybody has any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Some of you are saying
Sir.
yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I have a doubt in. Sir, in the destructor at last, why did you write P equal to head, sir, after deleting P?
Because, okay, destructor. You are starting from P is equal to head. Okay, so until head is not, you have to take P arrow P next, which is nothing but head arrow P next. You are changing head, you are deleting P. Yeah, if I don't write P is equal to head, then whom are you deleting?
Yes, sir.
Understood? Understood? If I don't write equal to head, then in the next consecutive iterations, whom are you will be deleting? Are you following?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Any other doubts? Let's go to the additional logics. Now what I'll do is add a node at the end. We have discussed this in the last class. Isn't it? Now please notice the difference between writing a function which is implemented without a class, and writing the same function implemented by binding it to an object and then invoking that object as a C++ member function. The difference is clear now. Now what I am going to do in the rest of the class for 15 minutes is I'll be using this slide, and in the slide you will get the pseudocode, which is a generic function implemented without a class, and in the code I will be implementing as a member function inside the class.
Sir, please repeat, sir.
what I am doing is, I have already explained at the starting of today's class that there are two notions of implementing a singly linked list. One is as a member function of a class, and second is as a general function with a class. Now in today's online class, what I am projecting on the slide is the implementation of a general member function without the implementation of a class as a general member function, which is quite commonly asked for 2 marks. And on the source code editor, since I have already started the class, okay, since I have already implemented a class, I'm going to convert the function which will be there on the slide into a member function. So on the slide, I will have a C++ general function, and on the program, I'll have a C++ member function. Let me repeat. On the slide, I will have a member function without a class. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And on the source code, I will be writing a C++ same function implemented as a member function in the class.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So adding the node at end is done. Okay, fine. I think, okay, this is last one. I think I can ask. Let me take one reflection spot. I'll hang on for 2 minutes. Now this time I'll be little focused in terms of hence. So what I'll do is, where is that? So let me copy this. So open your chat box, answer the 2 questions which will be considered as your logical attendance. And you will be given a time of exactly 1 minute.
Sir, it's showing the form is closed.
Did I share the
So the form is closed. It's in
1 minute? Let me work it out. Class C. Okay, please cross verify once again. Is it opening? Is it opening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your time starts now. Okay, last 10 seconds. Respond to 2 questions and make ensure that you are writing your roll number, and I will be considering that as the attendance. And I think you also get the answers once you click the submit button. Yeah, last 5 seconds. As of now, I am not getting any response, 0 response. Can somebody come in? Did anybody has submitted?
Yes, sir, I've submitted.
I have submitted, sir.
How come it is? Yeah, I got 37 response. Your score is 1 out of 2. That means there are 23 students who are absent.
Sir, IDE means what, sir?
Integrated Development Environment. This is called as an IDE, which is called as an IDE. This GDB compiler, this is an online integrated development environment which will allow the programmer not to install any packages in my computer or in my laptop or in your mobile phone, which will allow you to code. Okay, so similarly, if you work with the Turbo C, that is also a console IDE, console integrated development environment. Okay. Okay, I got 50 responses. Let me stop collecting the responses. 51. Still anybody is submitting? Please make ensure that you are submitting. So that means there are 9 absentees. Okay, I am stopping. I have stopped. So there are 51 responses, but average score is 1. That means all of you have done mistake on one specific question. So let us.
Second question.
Second.
IDE question, sir.
Okay, fine. 1 minute. Let us go through. I think the form is visible. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So roll number, I think you know your roll number. Next is what is the limit of maximum number of data set? What is the answer? As long as the availability of RAM exists, theoretically it is infinite. So answer is C. Can somebody tell whether everybody got the C option or the options are also getting shuffled?
Shuffled, sir.
Come again?
It's shuffled, sir, the options.
Oh, good. Okay. So the answer is there is no limit as far as the maximum number of limits.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, as far as the answer is concerned, there is no limit. It is infinite number. However, the maximum number of nodes depends on the availability of RAM. RAM is random access memory, not ROM, because singly linked list you are demanding heap. Now in C++ IDE, which of the following option is correct? Is it possible to create a singly linked list with class? Yes, that is what we are discussing. Is it possible to extend the singly linked list with class with template? Yes. Is it possible to create singly linked list as a member with the class with inheritance? The answer is yes. Is it possible to maintain a singly linked list as a member with a template with inheritance? The answer is 4. Means there is no problem in asking a question to implement. Am I audible? Can somebody respond?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if I give a question like this, implement a C++, I think some music is getting on. Somebody needs to switch off the microphone. Okay. So implement a C++ member function or implement a C++ derived class member function, okay, which needs to update the CGPA of a student, which is publicly derived from the student class, maintaining the internal examination marks as the private data elements in the base class and external marks in the derived class. This can be asked for one long answer question. That means you have to write only the member function in the derived class. So what has to be written? You have to write, probably I'll show the slide which will give you the clarity. Yeah. See this. Oh, no, not this. Let me open. Something like this. This is not, I have not inherited here. Okay. So here it is a class with a singly linked list. Inside the linked list, you have a structure. Inside the structure, you have data elements. Now inside the class, this class could have been inherited. Following?
Yes, sir.
And here this could be templates. So anything can be asked. That is the point here. Okay. So what I'll do now is we will spend some time in adding additional logics. Okay, so that is adding a new head. Did we whether we have done this yesterday? Did we added a new head yesterday? Can somebody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so therefore I'm skipping it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, therefore I'm skipping this. Now what I'll do is add a node at a given place X. That means insert a given node with a value let us say k at a place n starting from head node. Okay. Now for the questions like this, assume that this is asked for let us say some 2 marks question. Let me repeat the question. There are 2 ways of asking the question. The first version is, this is for 2 marks. Okay, construct a C++ function. Construct a C++ function that needs to insert at nth place with k node. Construct a C++ function that needs to insert at nth place with a node value of k in a singly linked list. Okay, so for this you have to come up with the approach. Now the approach is, now please pay attention, all of you please listen. The approach is, first understand whether in the question is to write a member function or a general function. It is a general function. Now I am discussing how to strategically think and work towards the solution for a generic function, for a general function which is not a member function without a class. Okay, first is write the structure. Write the structure. What is the structure that we have considered? Type def struct node int x node star p next semicolon. That is step 1. Step 2, draw this pictorial representation of list. Assume that list is already there. Are you listening? Can somebody please respond?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So second step is you draw the list, and while you are drawing the list, you randomly write the numbers, but this is where you don't make mistakes. Don't write the same number of the address to any other nodes, because that is technically not correct. You cannot have any other node which is duplicated by the address. For example, 400 is the root node. You cannot have 400 with another node. That mistake is serious. Okay, second point is, once you have written the addresses randomly, the address of the next node has to be written inside the box of the first node. That means this 500 has to be written here, and then you have to draw the link. Then drawing the arrow, everything is mandatory. Minimum you draw this sort of some 3 or 4 nodes. On the example which is there on your screen on the left hand side, you have 4 nodes. Now what is the problem being asked? You are asked to attach or insert a node at a given place. So assume that function name is add at x from head. That means add at xth place or add at kth place from head with a value. So therefore identify how many number of arguments and what are their types that you require. Since in the question it is not a member function, you have to mandatorily write a head node. Okay, so node star h, then int k where k is the place, int n where n is the value. Okay, then don't traverse the code, observe the picture. Then now you look into the code. That means assume that k is equal to 2. In this case, k is equal to 2, and n k is value. I'm sorry. N is equal to k is not value. N is value. In this slide, there is a mistake. Here, it is not K, it is N. Okay, so I is less than K. K is a place, N is a value. K is a place, N is a value. Can somebody acknowledge? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now you have to create a node. Creating a node implies you need to give a birth. Birth to whom? Birth to a temporary node. So therefore, node star temp initially pointing to null. Okay. Next, node star p initially pointing to null. Why p? For traversing. Traversing what? Traversing the linked list. On what basis? On the basis of requirement. What is your requirement? To stop after kth node. From where? From root node. So therefore, start p is equal to h. And therefore, start initializing I is equal to 1. I is another local variable. You have to declare I. Okay, so int I, here I is equal to 1. Till I is less than k, I plus plus, you move p. That means initially p is 400. And if k is 2, then you are stopping p at 500. Okay, so after the end of the for loop, p points to 500. P points to 500 after the end of the for loop. Now what? Now here you have to be very careful. P arrow P next was earlier 145, which is this broken link, dotted link. Earlier it was a thick link. Now you have to remove this 145, but this 145 has to be kept mandatorily in temp arrow P next. Otherwise, the rest of the bogies you will be losing. So take that P, which is pointing to 500, arrow P next, which is 145. So that P arrow P next is 145. That 145 keep in newly allocated address, which is 6000 in my example. 6000 arrow P next is equal to 145. This 145 will come here. Then what? Then P, which is pointing to 500, arrow P next, which was earlier pointing to 145. You remove 145 and you keep temp. Okay, so P arrow P next means you are removing 145 and then you are keeping 6000 here. You are keeping 6000 here. So you cannot keep 6000 first and then 145, because you will be changing P arrow P next. P arrow P next will become 6000 at that time. Okay. So the next is temp arrow X is N. Temp arrow X, which is 6000, arrow X is N. This is not K, this is N. Then you display saying node is added and then return head. Okay, so any one mistake, if you do, -1. And any one mistake that you do in terms of representation or writing a structure or showing a linked list, -2. Logic is secondary. Basics has to be thorough. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we start coding this? Shall we start coding this? Start coding this. Shall we start coding this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Add at X from head. Add at X from head. So I need two fellows. One is K, place. Second is number, N. I don't need formals, so this is a prototype. Okay. Now I'll throw the options here. I think it is already 12:10. I'll take 3 minutes to complete this logic. Okay. 12:10, yeah. 5 is add a node at kth place from root node /n/. Now I will start case 5. Case 5, see out, enter place first, enter place as well as the value. Now what? See in place, let me take that as K. I used N, no, don't use N. because n I have not used. Okay, let us use n. So I think n is not defined. So let us define where m is there. Okay, let me define n. Now what? Place is entered. This is entered. So m, which is a return type, and x from head. I don't need to pass. Now this you cannot make a member function. It has to be binded to an object, that is r1 dot. Now with what value? K is the place, n is the value. Then if m is equal to 1, then see out inserted successfully. Else see out insertion is failed. Okay, then break. Right. So let me start writing the insertion logic. Okay, so add at x from head, and let me take k, and then let me take n. Now what? Node star temp, initially pointing to null. Now what? Node star p, initially pointing to null. Now what? If it itself is null, then you cannot insert. See out. Not possible. NDL return 0. Okay. Now what? Now start here. That means when head is not null. Can somebody acknowledge is my audio is coming?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So while okay, not while, I have to use for loop. For I is equal to 1 till I is less than k, I have to move k, changing the value of p with p arrow p next, declaring the value of I as int. Once I reached the node where I have to insert, now I have to give a birth to temp node. Now new node. Now here again, if temp is now null, that means discrete memory is not available. See out. Now probably here you can say that there is no RAM. L again return 0. You will come here, and p is pointing to the point where you need to insert. So therefore temp is pointing to a point which is newly created. Temp arrow p next should be updated with p arrow p next, so that the next bogie train will be getting connected to temp. Now what? Now what? Temp p arrow p next, which was earlier connected to the next, has to be updated with the temp. Next to what? Temp arrow x updated with n. Next to what? Since you have done iturn return 1. Okay. Okay, following.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us start compiling. And I don't want to take extra time because you have a class probably scheduled at 12. Okay, no errors, fine. Create a head node. 1. Let me take 5 table. 5. Let me add at the end 5 and then 10. Then again add 15. Again add 20. Again add 25. Now display 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now I'll opt 5. Okay, now I want to, let us say I want to add at third place, second place. second place. That means after 10, I want to add, let us say 401. Is inserted successfully. Let us display that fellow. So after 10, you got 401 and again 401 to 15, 20 and so on. Now this is the extreme advantage of linked list. The answer is, the point is, if you would have used an array, and if you have an array of, let us say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, then if I want to insert a element between 10 and 15, you will be consuming too much of heap. Yes or no? Yes or no? You will be consuming
Sir.
memory. On the other hand, if you use a singly linked list concept, then what you have to do is kill this fellow link, which is from 10 to 15. You create a new link probably here, and from 10 to this, you create a link, and from this fellow to 15, you create a link. That's very simple. And here you are going to consume very limited heap. So as a result, from the programmer efficiency point of view, the insertion or the deletion or the traversal or whatever you want to do, which is nothing but data processing or some sort of data analytics, you can run efficiently, and you will be not demanding higher volumes of data memory. So this is these are the advantages. Okay, so let me take one last minute. I will show you some of the other logics that I thought of implementing today, but because of time constraint, I couldn't. But I hope I'm clear in terms of how to mix the concept of a singly linked list with a class. Did I?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is add a new node just before the tail node. Add a new node, same story, just before the tail node. So what is the catch here? Start from head node, which is don't corrupt head. Don't corrupt head. You are asked to add before the tail node. How do you check that you are connected to a tail? That means p arrow p next, again arrow p next, if it is null. Okay. So I may not be implementing this. Just traverse the logic. Okay. So you are starting at p is equal to 400. And you are stopping at 145. Why are you stopping? Because p arrow p next is 365. Again 365 arrow p next is null. That's where you are stopping. That means you have to stop at 145. So here p points to 145 at the end of the while loop. Again the same story. Attach a new link. Next, add a new node after a value k in the list. That means here not the place, but the occurrence of the node. So that means you have to search for p arrow x until this is not equal to k. And you are asked to add after this. Are you following? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, add a node before the value k. That means p arrow p next arrow x. P arrow p next arrow x is k. You have to move p. Okay. I think this we have done. Next, deleting a node. Deleting, let us say, delete the head node. So what do you mean by that? Take a temp. Tell that the temp is h. Now move your head. That means head you are corrupting. You have to corrupt it because your first bogey is now becoming an engine. So you change head to 500 and then you delete temp. And then you return the newly created head. Not created, newly pointed head. Clear? Deleting a head node is clear? Can somebody come in?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, similarly, delete a node at k from the root node. What has to be done? You have to delete this link. You have to delete this link. So 145, that means 145, which is in our example k is 3. You have to stop at 500. So therefore it has to be k minus 1. Just let me hang on. I'll just complete this. Okay. So and then Please go through this logics. Okay, then finally delete the tail node. Delete the last fellow. P arrow P next, arrow next, arrow P next until it is not null. Then do the sorting. Now this is what? No, this is not bubble sorting. This is selection sort. See, it is very simple. I is equal to 0. I is less than n minus 1. I plus plus. This is j is equal to I plus 1. Q is j. Then j is less than n. No. I is equal to 0. I is less than n. I plus plus. J is equal to I plus 1, which is nothing but P arrow P next. J is less than n. J plus plus. A of I, which is P arrow x. A of j, which is Q arrow x. Take temp and then swap. And the last logic is inverse the list. Keep the head node as a tail node and the tail node as a head node. So before you actually start looking into these logics, you try by your own. If you arrive at your own logics, always give importance to your logics only. If you are not getting, then you look into this. Okay. So with this, I'll stop, and we have completed single linked list now. Okay. So all this, what you do is you need to make ensure that you are executing before you come and before you sit in the next class, which will commence in the next week. And in the next week, we will start the other data structures, which are stacks and queues. Can somebody respond? Can somebody respond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope I have given enough inputs, and I think it is exactly 12:20. I'll stop. Let me stop sharing the content, and let me also stop sharing the recording. Okay, so if anybody has any doubts, you you can ask me in the next class, because now time is up. Faculty is waiting. What do you have in next class? What do you have in next class?
Maths, sir.
Maths, sir.
Balu Prakash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please join. Okay.